This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
I'm Brityne Rucker, and this is Ag AM Kansas. Today for the wheat update, I have Romulo Lollato, Wheat and Forage Extension Specialist from Kansas State University. Romulo, kind of give us a quick update of the wheat season in general.
Hi, and yeah, thanks for having me on air here today. Overall, the wheat season in Kansas, it has started with a few challenges back last fall, right? We remember back in the fall, we had a few pockets around the state where we were actually quite dry, and that specifically refers to southwest part of the state and parts of central Kansas as well, right? In those specific regions, the wheat didn't really come up until the spring, right? It was so dry in the fall that regardless of planting date, the actual emergence date on those parts of the state was actually quite late. It was not until probably January that the wheat came up on those parts of the state. In the remaining, so central Kansas, north central Kansas, northwest Kansas as well, we had two different situations, right? Either the crop that got planted on time, either after a long fallow period or a previous wheat crop or canola crop. Those fields got planted on time and they had a very good development in the fall. And we had those crops that got planted after a summer crop. So most of central Kansas, we have a lot of soybeans, and that pushes the sowing date of the wheat a little bit later. And in western Kansas, we saw a very large increase in corn acres, and that also in western Kansas pushed the wheat planting dates later. So essentially we have these three situations, right? The crop that never emerged until the spring, a crop that was planted on time and had a good development, and a crop that actually was waiting on a summer crop to be harvested until it went in. Now that's important because those crops are in different stages of development right now, right? The crop that emerged early was more advanced. Parts of the state that we were already seeing probably in between the first and the second node showing up now in the mid part of April. The late planted crop was more likely reaching that first node now. Of course, this depends where we are in the state. And that crop didn't come up until the spring, likely still going through the tillering stage, so a little bit behind in development. During this time of the state of the year as well, we're starting to see some yellow wheat showing up, and that yellow can have several different causes, right? And it's quite normal during this time of the year. Some of those causes can be related to fertility, nitrogen or sulfur deficiency. We can also see some early season diseases like tan spot or septoria showing up. Root restrictions and things along those lines as well. So that's an overview of the state. Moisture-wise, we are relatively in good shape, or at least I should say that we were until probably that late March, early April time frame. Overall, the crop didn't really suffer with much drought other than those two pockets that I mentioned in the beginning. Now we're probably starting to need some moisture again. The wheat crop uses quite a bit of water during this phase of development, and so we're starting to we could use some rainfall in parts of the state at this moment.
We will continue with our wheat update with Romulo after the break.